shuts every one of them down. That's a full team kill.
He's looking for third. He's gonna get it.
Not the kill, and Vastek's gonna find another one. He finds that shot. He finds two.
He's still alive. Can he go in?
Oh my goodness.
He's gonna go bar down and give Saints the lead again.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to St. Clair College Rocket League. My name is John Billbank, joined by Josh Fundy for today's match. It is NACE Star League playoffs. St. Clair is in the lower bracket right now, going up against Shenandoah University, and we have a good match on our hands for today.
Yeah, should theoretically be a close one. St. Clair sitting at the 12th seed, and Shenandoah is sitting at 13th. So, meeting in the lower bracket here, it should be a close one, and it is do or die for these teams right now. The loser will get sent home from NACE Star League playoffs.
It is a best-of-7 series, and just so everyone knows, we are going to be, if St. Clair does win, we will be seeing them play up against Kent State directly after this. So if St. Clair does win, and actually we got Coach Mike saying when St. Clair does for sure when they will win, when they win, they will be playing against Kent State immediately after. So I mean, 2 best-of-7 series in a row, very, very grueling task. That's a lot of Rocket League.
Yeah, it's a lot of Rocket League, and but it also comes down to just the mental fortitude of these players for being ready for that, right? Like, they put themselves in this situation. They want to be playing this doubleheader against Kent State because, like they said, they feel confident. Like, we have confirmation that they feel confident that they are going to win this first best-of-7 against Shenandoah. So we're going to see if they can put their money where their mouth is.
Yeah,
Saints,
definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen they have so much potential. You've seen how well they do. We saw how well they did in CRL. And NACE, they've looked pretty good. I think they have had a lot more success in CRL than we have seen in NACE. I think they had a pretty decent season, but there was definitely some games where I felt like they really could have stepped up in games and series that they should have won that they ended up faltering. And so I definitely want to see them. It is playoffs. It's crunch time. You are in the lower bracket, so it is, do or die right now. If there's any time to step up, it is right now.
Yeah, I mean, we have seen that. I mean, there are series a couple days ago. The series that actually sent them into the losers bracket was a very close one. The Saints actually had the lead in that series. Then a sub in from West Virginia actually, it ended up just tearing the Saints apart, and they ended up losing that series 4-3 to get us to where we are now. So yeah, they're definitely a strong roster for sure. I mean, we've seen them all year, all season, but there's always going to be some players that just play better than you or play in a style that you're not used to, and you got to be prepared for that, and you got to be able to adapt. Yeah,
and I think a lot of these teams have. I think St. Clair's had the advantage, right? Because they already qualified for Worlds. For those of you who don't know, NACE will get 3 spots, so the top 3 teams in NACE will get 3 chances to play in the last chance qualifier to go to the Collegiate World Championship for CRL. So I think definitely a lot of these teams, that is something that they're really looking to try and get. And, obviously for St. Clair, you still want to perform really well. You're playing against some of these top tier teams that we're seeing in the upper bracket right now. They're all the way into the finals. It's Stockton and Northwood.
Yeah.
Not too,
not too surprising,
no, not
to be
at all.
honest.
But I mean, these are still top tier teams that you're going to be playing against that you want to practice, because you could be seeing them, if they make it to Worlds, these are teams you might be playing, in the future.
Yeah, for sure. And even not even thinking about Worlds like that far, right? I believe that's in June.
Yeah,
then,
it's pretty far away still.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty far away. But yeah, just even during, coming up in the regular season as well, we see St. Clair come up against Northwood, Stockton. We've played all of these teams. And yeah, it's definitely, you just want to take as much time as you can and as many games against these players as you can, because you're not like scrimming one of those teams or something. You're not going to have really any idea on how they play other than your firsthand knowledge and just VOD reviews.
Yeah, and I think even, looking forward, right? So St. Clair playing Shenandoah right now. Winner does play Kent State. And then after that, it's going to be either Mizzou or I believe the number 1 seed UMH. I forget who they're playing in their series, but they are obviously expected to win that one. And then you're going to be having, the number 1 seed against Mizzou. And then the winner of that's playing the winner of Kent State St. Clair. So, if they win this series, they could potentially be playing the 2 seed and the 1 seed, right after each other. So like this is a good warm-up series. Try and get yourself going, try and push yourself through, because it's going to be a daunting task to try and get through these 3 games.
Yeah, for sure. Like these games coming up, they're going to be tough for St. Clair, and that's kind of just the story of NACE playoffs. I mean, we were looking at the bracket right before this, and yeah, it seems like even in the lowers bracket right now, which is very surprising, first and second seed being knocked down into lower bracket this early as well. So definitely tough teams on their way if Saints want to make this full losers bracket run.
But I mean, the thing is though, if you can pull out this set of series, you're on top of the world, right? Because you're playing against like the best teams in the NACE. You ended up beating them. So I think the rest of the losers, I feel like you kind of got that weight off your shoulders. I think that can really propel you back into that. If you can make it far enough into that grand final against either Stockton or Northwood, I think that's definitely going to help you out a lot, because realistically, you're going to have to play against both of them to get where you want to go.
Yeah. Realistically, you're going to be meeting one of them in that losers bracket, whether it be Stockton or Northwood, whoever ends up coming out. Well, I guess not coming out on top in that game, but yeah. Either way, if you want to make this losers bracket run, you are going to be facing some of these teams that are almost like the super teams of collegiate Rocket League, essentially. So
yeah, I definitely think it should be a good series starting up here in just a few minutes. Hopefully, a little bit of a delay, but that's okay. We can talk some more about this team. We've seen so much out of them this year. I think they've all had their highlight moments. For me, I really think Jay has stepped up so much. I think, because looking back at fall, right, they made CRL. They had middling. They had success. I think they were pretty much even throughout the season. But like coming into like the winter spring split of the CRL, they looked like a completely different team. Like they were contesting these top teams. They were beating these top teams, and they looked like they were on fire. And Jay really was spearheading that effort.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and another thing too, like you see Comp as well, he's been adjusting his play style a lot, where he's not taking a lot of like trying to make these flashy solo plays. Essentially, we're seeing a lot more of the team with 1, 2, 3 assists on like a passing play into the goals. But as we're getting into this first game here, we are already some pressure onto the net, but it's gonna be Pops who is gonna save that for Shenandoah.
So it gives me Pops, Red, and I can't remember who the third person is. I'll try and read that in a second, but these 3 players trying to face up against St. Clair. Seed's pretty close, 12 and 13, so I think we'll have a pretty good series on our hands here, and I think I want to see Shenandoah come out swinging.
Yeah, honestly, and from the looks of it, it's actually the Saints that are going to be coming out swinging, as a lot of time with this ball in Shenandoah's end.
Jonathan going to pick up this ball, try to pass to his teammate there. Red going to pick it up. We're going to win a 50, but Spood's going to turn away for the moment. Ball still in St. Clair's corner, but are going to pick up control of it. Spood to the flick over to a teammate, but Jonathan going to read that, going to be able to get up for that ball. Comp going to read that, though, going to go off the roof. Can he get a second touch here? No, Jay's going to be the one to grab that second touch and put it in the back of the net. Really, really good job there by Comp and Jay for that deception, because see, Comp going for that ball, totally faked out the goalie. Jay coming up from the bottom, able to find the back of the net.
Yeah, and this is what I was talking about. So much more we're seeing the Saints try, and specifically try to have 2 players up for the passing play, but we often see the one player that was up start rotating back once he's, say, out of boost, and then you'll have that defender who is playing back there who's presumably stacked up boost for this play, and then they're going to rotate in and out. So yeah, you have like almost triple commits coming off. This is something we talked about a couple days ago as well. You have almost triple commits coming out, but there's always one player rotating back for that defense, but you end up getting a 1, 2, 3 player passing play.
Which is so important at this level, right? Because like you say, you're playing against some of these top teams. Ooh, nice pass there to Comp. He can't put it in though, off the crossbar. Jay with a second chance, not being able to put it in either. Gonna handle it in the corner. A couple good chances for St. Clair early on in the series, but as I was saying, you're playing against these top teams. You have to go for those 1, 2, 3 plays, because against maybe some weaker competition, you can't go for those 1, 2 bang passes, and yes, they will work a lot of the time, but against these top tier teams, you got to get everybody on the team involved to really make like good plays that are actually going to be able to beat the goalie. Comp with a demo here in front of his own net, but Red gonna slip it by and slip it into that post. Nice little touch there in front of the net. Shenandoah with an answer back.
Yeah, look at the way he just hops off this wall here and just barely taps it in. Jay not there in time, as that is going to even it up for this game 1 here. 3 minutes left on the clock, though. We've still got over half of a Rocket League game to play.
Really good answer there, too. I feel like St. Clair really built up the momentum there at the beginning of the game. Nice demo in front of the net, but they can't get that ball. Jonathan gonna get this one in the corner. Gonna look for a teammate in the middle. Can he find one? He's gonna tap it there. Jay gonna put it in his own net. Jonathan gonna get the credit for that one, but Jay, that's his touch, and unfortunately, he just didn't really know what to do here. He's got to try and cover the shot and the pass, and unfortunately, chooses neither and puts that one in his own net.
Yeah, it is unfortunate to see that, but yeah, sometimes you're just put in that situation. But there it is, Jonathan getting credit for that goal, and that is going to be the second one for Shenandoah, giving them a lead in this game now. But it's Jay who's actually going to come in with a big one. Oh, but it's pushed off to the right there. Now the ball is stuck in the corner. Shenandoah wants to clear this out. Pops on the rotation for it, but it's Spoods and Comp trying to keep it in play here.
Comp gonna get a touch off the side wall. Red, pass it back. Gonna put it towards the middle, but Jonathan can be there first. Able to clear that one all the way out to St. Clair. And St. Clair now playing at a deficit. They had a lot of momentum at the start of this game, but now it's been all Shenandoah the last couple minutes here. They've been able to get a couple nice shots, some good plays. Really have found their groove here in this one. Red with the pass out to the middle. Comp gonna read that one. Gonna put it up for Jay. Jay, no touch there. Is gonna get turned away for the moment. Spoods coming on the ground here, trying to bring this back towards the middle. Nice touch there. Does get it towards there, but again, Shenandoah going to turn St. Clair away from the front of their net. They've done a really good job protecting the middle of their half. They haven't really allowed St. Clair to get good possession. They have kind of just allowed them to just throw the ball at the net and get some quality shots, and not really allow anything good for St. Clair in the last couple minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all the shots that the Saints have gotten are more so just trying to clear it out of their own side. And then you'll see one or two players, maybe Comp and Spoods in there, and you'll see them try to make something work, but the defense from Shenandoah really on top of them.
Comp, touch here to Jay. Jay looking for someone in front of the net. Maybe he's going to make sole play of his own. No, Pop's going to read that one again, turn it away. St. Clair not allowed to put anything in front of this net. Pop's all over that. Jay going to win the 50-50 with him, though. We'll put that one back into Shenandoah end. Trying to pick it up on the sidewall. Jay with a demo on the defender there. Spoods going to try and put up to a teammate. Jay, another demo here, but Comp going to be turned away by that third man, Jonathan, which means he can't go for the opportunity. Shot on net. It's going to go in. Jonathan going to find the top shelf, his second goal of the game, and Shenandoah strike here with just under a minute remaining.
Saints got to hustle now. If they want to keep this game in their hands or even have a chance at it, they got to hustle. Shenandoah getting a nice little 2-goal lead here with 57 seconds left in the game. Kickoff going to go fairly even as it's Comp who's in position to take it high here. Little reset off the ball, and it's Jonathan who's actually going to be in net for the save. Perfect positioning there by Jonathan. Great shot by Comp too, but it's not going to be enough.
2-goal deficit here, 38 seconds remaining in the game. Jay with the pass up to Comp. Comp going to try and pass back the middle, but Red going to turn that one away. Ball going to end up in front of St. Clair's net. Spoods try and pass it out to himself, but going to be Red there. Jonathan back towards the middle. Comp can clear it all the way to their end. Spoods is there. Pass not going to be able to get through though. Comp trying to find something here. 20 seconds remaining. Can St. Clair find a goal here to try and bring us to an overtime? If they can find a second one, or will Shenandoah shut them down here in game number 1? 10 seconds left. Can St. Clair find an answer?
It seems like this might just be it here. As much as I hate to say it, 5 seconds left. You're not finding 2 goals in that time. There it is, 1 second left. That is going to be the game here. Ball, you're keeping it in play for as long as possible, but it'll hit the ground eventually here. That is going to be game 1 going to Shenandoah with Jonathan finding 2 goals there. 2 pretty solid ones as well. The one that Jay didn't hit on his own net was pretty solid from Jonathan, and he was also, look at the saves there too. He was also probably, I'd say, Shenandoah's like star defensive player as well. He always found himself in a perfect position in that net to be able to find these saves.
I think for me though, the important thing is you only see that one save for Red, but that was huge because that third goal, Jay with a really good play, got a double demo on the back line. Red, the only one left, won the 50. Not only did he win the 50-50 against Comp, he was able to pass that ball up to Jonathan, who had just respawned, and Jonathan was able to take it, pretty much put it in the empty net himself. So a lot of credit there going to Red on that decisive goal. And now St. Clair at a deficit. I mean, they had control for the first minute, but I felt like after that, they kind of sheltered back. They didn't really play that offensive play style. You saw Comp going for a couple nice passes, some good plays. He has 6 shots there. Jay with 4 shots as well. So it's, I mean, look at the shot count in this one. 4 for the side of Shenandoah. St. Clair with 11, but, you know, all that matters is did they find the back of the net?
Yeah, the shots just weren't quality from the Saints,
Yeah.
unfortunately. And that's just how this shakes out sometimes. I mean, like you said, they definitely did have control of the game for that first minute 30, I'd say, almost. But once that first goal came out from Shenandoah, it seemed like they just took the momentum and ran with it. Saints just ended up playing on the back foot for the rest of the game, and Shenandoah finds themselves with a fairly clean game one.
Yeah, I definitely think they're going to have to try and play off of that momentum, try and find a second game in this series. St. Clair going to have to try and find an answer. Jonathan with the ball here in the middle. Spoods can challenge him. Will be able to win that one out. Going to win that one up against the other player from Shenandoah here, Jay. Going to take that ball off the top, try and find someone here. Comp with a shot on net. Red going to be here to answer, though. Will push it back into his own corner. St. Clair, again, finding some early pressure, trying to get Shenandoah to find some cracks in their armor, but Shenandoah holding strong here so far. Be able to push that one all the way back. St. Clair hasn't scored in, I'd say, almost 5 minutes here, almost a full game. So Shenandoah's defense just looking unstoppable right now. St. Clair, you got to find a goal here to start something off and try and get some momentum going in your own favor.
Yeah, for sure. Once again, we're just seeing...
Oh, Spoods.
Spood's going to take it.
Comp.
He's going to use the boost to just push it into the net through Red there. Red, look at them just challenging each other on the ball here. And it's actually Comp who just knocks him off of it and is able to find that goal.
Yeah, unfortunately, just a little bit of a mystery there from Red. Comp able to take advantage of it. Spoods with a chance there. He was a pretty tight angle, but definitely a makeable shot, but was able to make the play regardless over to his teammate there. And St. Clair finding that first goal again early on in this one. They have to try and turn this into multiple goals, try and at least keep the momentum in their favor, because I think they're very, very good when they're able to play off of their opponent's weakness. I think when they're able to find advantages like this one, Spoods gonna find the back of the net there. Just, I mean, a decently placed shot, but I think, yeah, you just had a double commit there on the side, and there was nobody back in time. So St. Clair gonna pick up another goal and find a pretty good advantage and a good answer here to that game one from Shenandoah.
Yeah, keep in mind, though, 3:48 still left on the clock here off a kickoff. Definitely lots of time for Shenandoah to find goals of their own. But if Saints can keep up the pressure, if they can keep this lead going, they might be able to stall out long enough to just take this lead all the way.
Ball in Shenandoah's end. They're going to play it out to a teammate there. Jonathan, the pass towards the middle. Can't find a teammate, though. Good job by Spoods being there right in time. Jay going to beat one in the corner. Going to pick up some boost here, but Jonathan going to go for that ball instead, and we'll be able to clear it all the way out to the St. Clair end. Comp going to pass it out to Red, actually. Red with the chance here. Going to be taken away by Pops. Teammate going to steal that ball and give it right back to St. Clair. Comp going to go off the ceiling here. Has a chance. Goes for the double touch, but can't get it. Again, Comp going for that fancy solo play. Unable to make it happen, though. That's going to mean Shenandoah going to get this one back. 3 minutes remaining. St. Clair up 2 goals.
Yeah, those fancy solo plays, like you said, not going to end up happening, and that's really something that we just got to see less of from the Saints, to be honest. Although, it does stall a good amount of time when you're up in the air there and just kind of floating and dribbling the ball.
I mean, I definitely think it's something that you kind of got to have in your back pocket, though, because it is that X factor that you can't have against these these teams where you can't have a solo play out of Comp really make a difference in the game. We see, I feel like Comp really is one of those players where you, at any point at any time, whether the ball's in his own end, Spoods, shot not gonna be turned away, but like whether the ball's in his own end or his opponent's end, he can find a play and he's able to make it. Shot on net here. Jay gonna be a little bit too far. Double demo from Spoods means that's an empty net. And Comp gonna put that one in the back. Good job by Spoods finding a double demo on that one. Jay winning the 50, and that's gonna mean a free goal for St. Clair.
Yeah, there are those passing plays that we are seeing so much more often from the Saints here. And now, just a completely different game 2 than we saw in game 1. Shenandoah not really having any answers right now. Just being caught very off guard by some of these shots, and we'll often just see 2 of them rotate out, and it's just the Saints are shooting that ball in too fast for them to even react.
Yeah, you can see here how much pressure is on the Shenandoah side. Comp with a shot on net here. He's gonna find it. Comp with a hat trick here in game number 2. Really good job by him. Spoods, the beautiful pass up Red. Had no idea where to go there. Really, really late flip there by Comp off the ceiling, able to find that goal. And St. Clair, I feel like that game 1 did sting, and I feel like game number 2 really shows how much potential they have to try and take this series.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, they did say when we beat Shenandoah, so they really want it to be when and not if. As we can see from this game right now, 4-goal lead, a minute 40 left on the timer, but still just so much time with the ball in Shenandoah's zone. Saints not really letting up on the pressure here as Jay goes and steals the ball away from Jonathan there. And Comp is prepared to try and clear this ball out here as it gets sent over back to midfield.
I think St. Clair really found their groove, right? We saw in the first minute and a half, a lot of offensive pressure turned into good advantages for them. And we see them in game number 2 take that to another level. Every single time the ball gets into the Shenandoah end, St. Clair does not let them clear it out. They do not, even if they're going for these. Oh, Jay, going to be turned away. A beautiful save. Comp can go for a fourth, not going to be able to find it though, going to clear it by Pops. But again, it's one of those things, St. Clair just puts on so much offensive pressure that Shenandoah is just in desperation trying to get back and save these balls because it's so hard for them to actually, get it out of their own zone without the St. Clair player being there to stop it. Yeah,
for sure. Meanwhile though, Red actually trying to find the ball into the net for his own here as Spood's going to be clearing it out, taking it high. It's going to start bouncing into that corner. Red gets demoed by Spoods. Is that another one? No, Jonathan is there for the save. Nice little angle there to get set up. Comp trying to give a little pass to himself off the backboard, but he's going to get hit by one of those Shenandoah players. And yeah, with 3 players there, Spoods, you're not really going to find that, but Jay is there just in time to knock that ball off course. And this is 10 seconds left. This is game 2 going to Saints.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like, even watching it for about the minute mark, I feel like Shenandoah definitely had given up, started thinking about that game number 3 series is going to draw even at 1 apiece. It is a best of 7, so we still got, a lot of games before we determine a winner, but St. Clair, a really good answer to that game 1 out of Shenandoah here. Going to seal the deal. 4-0, a Comp with a hat trick in this game, and that's exactly what I want to see again. Comp already at 12 shots in this series in 2 games. If he just keeps firing away at the net, I think, again, look at the shot count. St. Clair 13-2, just absolute domination on the offensive end for St. Clair.
Yeah, and it's funny too because it's the same story with shots that we saw from the first game, but the shots just were so much, like the quality was just not there in the first game. The angles were not there, and they'd often just find themselves even just hitting the crossbar and things like that. When you don't have that second player to come up and try and, make an assist, grab that rebound, it really does just shut down your opportunities. And yeah, it's going to get the shot counter up there, but you got to find those goals. And that's what they did in game 2 here.
I really like the fact, too, that they went for that play in game number 1 where Jay went for the double demo. They ended up, not winning that 50-50. They ended up giving up a goal for it. They went for it again in this game. Spood's going for the double demo. The play worked, and I feel like the play worked, and it meant that, they felt more unlocked on offense. They could find more stuff to do, more passing plays, more shooting plays, and I think it really helped them kind of move that 2-goal lead into that quick 3-4-goal lead and really just kind of shut down Shenandoah's hopes for winning that game.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think Shenandoah, they definitely seemed like they could have had a chance in that first couple minutes there, but yeah, as it got later and later into the game, and that's the thing, as the time ticks down, the larger of goal lead you've got, the harder and harder it looks to come back, and even just mentally that's draining, just looking at the scoreboard as the time ticks down as a player, and when you're down there, you start to get desperate.
I think you start thinking with the next game at that point. Jay with a shot on net. Oh, off the post! Just can't find the corner there. Again, St. Clair starting off heavy on the attack here. Comp, a nice double touch. Not going to really get past that goalie. Jay not going to make that touch. Neither is Spoods, though. He's going to mean the ball can end up at St. Clair's end. 30 seconds in. St. Clair already piling on the opportunities. Jay just going to pass it by to Spoods. Spoods going to get a demo here. But Red going to be there in the corner, try and find it. Going to pull it for someone in the middle. Not going to really get that touch, though. And Comp going to pass it up to Spoods. Spoods going to try and go for the shot here. Off that corner and in. Spoods going to find that tight angle and get the first goal for St. Clair. Again, another goal here in the first minute. St. Clair, early momentum paying dividends for them.
Yeah, nice little snipe into top corner there as he is going to find that. It is going to be another kickoff coming on here. But it's actually Jay who finds the demo immediately. Jay finds a double demo, but the ball is still in Saints zone, but this should give them some time to knock it out, but it's Jonathan coming in all the way off the respawn to keep the play alive for Shenandoah. And the ball is just going to stay in Saints zone here. And that's another one by Jay, just bouncing in all the way from midfield here. Look at this. Bounces it from Pops. There's no players from Shenandoah to stop that one.
It's just a bad touch by Pops, and it's that thing, right, where St. Clair has just been so dominant throughout the last game and the start of this game. It's just like Shenandoah's kind of taking a step back, right? And I mean, when you start going for those offensive plays, which I think they need to do, you send two forward. If your last player makes a bad touch, it's basically a free goal for the other team. Jay with an opportunity there, going to be turned away by Red. Jonathan going to get the clear out. Has a lot of boost here. Can try and make a play. Going to get this triple touch. No, actually going to be turned away for a second. Greg with a nice 50 on the follow-up. Going to be turned away by his teammate there, unfortunately. Red with the pass towards the middle, but good offensive pressure now. And Shenandoah need more of this. I think St. Clair finding these early leads is making it so hard for Shenandoah to actually get anything done, because when you're down 1 or 2 goals in the first minute, it kind of like drains your mental a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. And it's not only that, but it also just allows Saints to take a more passive play style. Like, as we saw in the last game, yeah, the 3rd and 4th shots weren't really like aggressive commits. They were just kind of shots that the Saints ended up finding as they had those other players playing on the defense. But it's Jonathan coming in to try and save this play. Red passing it back to him in the corner. Spood's going to find a nice little demo there to give them a little bit of priority on this ball here.
Ball still on the side. Comp going for the 50-50. No clear winner on that one. Jay definitely going to win that 50-50 though. Going to go towards the net. Nice save there by Jonathan. St. Clair player going to be here to follow it up. Comp going to go for the touch off the ceiling. Can he find this one? Pass towards the middle. Going to be turned away. St. Clair again. Shots on net just in their favor. Completely able to find so many opportunities. Put in a couple goals so far this game. Halfway through, St. Clair still holding on to this 2-0 lead. Shenandoah need to find an answer. They haven't scored here in the last 8 minutes. They got to find some kind of answer for St. Clair's offensive pressure, because right now it seems like they're just fumbling. Comp shot on net, going to go just over top. Spoods chance here at 50, but no, going to be cleared up by Jonathan again. St. Clair putting on the pressure on the offense for Shenandoah.
Yeah. Also, I just realized, is Jonathan in a Batmobile?
He is.
That is
I respect
so
the Batmobile, but I respect this shot too. Jay gonna find that rebound from himself. Absolutely beautiful stuff here from him. Look at this touch off the sidewall. Actually, Spoods, no. I thought he got that touch, but it was going to be Spoods. Jay can clean that one up, but St. Clair up 3-0 again, just finding this massive lead early on in the, well, relatively early on in the game. And Shenandoah, they just don't seem to have an answer for what St. Clair is doing right now.
Yeah, it seems like Saints they're thinking about that Kent State game. They're trying to make it there as fast as possible, as they're not even trying to let these games go to overtime, taking these leads even larger than they are. With 1:40 left on the clock here, this is going to be a hard task for Shenandoah. 3 goals in 1:30. You got 30 seconds per goal to try and make a play here. But Comp and Jay that are just always in a great spot to contest this ball and bring it back out into Shenandoah's zone.
Yeah, I really like it too. I think St. Clair, I believe it was Comp. I can't remember if it was Comp or Jay. I think it was most likely Comp who said in an interview, they talk about how they play. In St. Clair, they take the game one usually and they dissect their opponent. They figure out how they play, what their rotations look like. And so, you know, usually we see these series, St. Clair, they don't necessarily start out super hot, but I feel like especially game number 2 and 3 are better. But Jonathan finally going to get one back for Shenandoah after 9 minutes of no goals. He is going to find one in their favor. I think that's really, really good. Going to set them up, at least even if they don't win this game, finding that goal, breaking the defense for St. Clair is absolutely huge for them.
Yeah, like I said, you had about 30 seconds to make that goal, and Shenandoah was able to find it with 58 seconds left on the clock. So honestly, they're not out of this game just yet, but that time is ticking down. The ball is in their zones. 2 players from the Saints able to rotate out and stop this ball here. It's Pops trying to make something happen. He finds the demo. Jonathan and Red are there to keep it in the zone, but it's Jay who just slides right through him and is gonna be taking it back to Pops here.
30 seconds remaining in this game. And Shenandoah at least find another goal, try and get it within reach of an overtime. Will St. Clair shut the door on them here? Bounce in front of St. Clair's net. Spood's going to be able to hold that one for a second, but it's going to be taken away by Red. Looking for another touch, but no, won't be able to find it. Jay, again, just playing into this corner, trying to waste as much time as possible. 10 seconds remaining. Shenandoah not going to get that touch there. Going to put it towards the net, but Tom going to be there to turn it away. that is going to be it for this game. Ball cannot get towards St. Clair's net. And St. Clair going to take game number 2 here in just a second when this ball touches the ground. And again, St. Clair end up winning game number 3, but Shenandoah does end up finding a goal, which is absolutely huge for them because this next game, I think, is going to be super important in determining the series.
And I want to go back to something you said during that series, which was talking about how the Saints like to take that first game and dissect their opponents and really just try and analyze how they play and adjust accordingly. And I think being in a best of 7, that is really going to show in this match, and it already is from these last 2 games. From what we're seeing, it already is. But yeah, I think the longer the series, the more time you have to make adjustments. But then again, that also goes back to Shenandoah. Shenandoah can be doing the same thing on their end, and it's really going to come down to who finds the better adjustments.
Yeah, I think for me, Shenandoah has kind of adjusted a little bit throughout this game. I think they really took a lot of St. Clair's offensive opportunities and took it away from them. I think they're able to find more consistent clears. Again, I think it's so important for teams. You kind of get stuck in this rut of you feel the pressure from the other team on the offense. You want to just keep clearing the ball out. And it's good to get the ball out of your end, but the problem is you keep feeding it back to them. So they run right back on the offense. They pick up the boost from their own corners, and they're allowed to get more chances on net. Whereas if you try and actually get that ball and carry it out yourself, you're giving yourself offensive opportunities, or at least being able to set up plays, and you're kind of relieving the defense a little bit. And I think Shenandoah was adjusting and doing a lot more of that near the end of that third game, and I think that's why St. Clair's offensive barrage was slowed down quite a bit.
Yeah, for sure. But we still saw, though, their offensive barrage just slowed down. When you've got that lead, you're allowed to just slow down your offense there. Take a more defensive approach and take those long clears that's just kind of passing it back to them, because at that point you're just trying to stall for time.
Oh, this is really bad. Pop's not going to be on net, though. Will be saved by the post on that one, but that could have been a really, really good thing for Shenandoah if they could find an early goal. St. Clair has scored 3 goals in the first minute throughout the first 3 games of this series, so they have really had control of these games to start off every single one, but so far Shenandoah finding some better opportunities. Spoods the ball in front here, has some boost to work with, but not going to do anything more than just pass into the zone corner. Comp going to be there to try and help him out. Going to be turned away, and Shenandoah going to put it out actually towards St. Clair's end. A demo coming through. Pops with this ball. Going to try and pass towards the middle. Not going to get the touch, though. Shot on net. Oh, Jay, no! He's not going to be able to save that one. Just not able to put that one back outside of the net there. So unfortunate for St. Clair, but a good demo in front of the net did lead to that goal. Yeah, Jay just a little bit off on that angle there, unfortunately. But Shenandoah finding the first time in this series, going to find the first goal of the game.
Yeah, and in an aggressive manner like we typically see the Saints do as well, which is definitely that's gonna get in the Saints' head, I think.
I think so too. Who's going to put this ball back out towards Shenandoah and going to put this one on top. Nice job, Jonathan, not able to get that touch. Jay with a follow-up there is going to be able to score St. Clair a goal here. A good play by Spoods. Unfortunately, just over the net, but again, Jay there for the rebound, able to put that one back in the net. And St. Clair, a quick answer to tie us up at 1 apiece. Yeah,
they trade back that goal immediately. Now the game is reset, tied up here at 1-1. And off of this kickoff, it's actually going to be Shenandoah taking the priority, but it's Jay going to knock that ball out of Jonathan's hands as he tries to set something up for the rest of his team, but it's just going to be Pops who's taking it back. And often this is what we see, right? When there's not that second person to come and set up, or even if there's just not enough boost on the table for your players, it's often just stuck with a clear.
Oh my goodness. I thought that was going in. Jonathan came off the ceiling after his shot and managed to get that touch, and that could have been a Shenandoah goal there, but good job by St. Clair. I don't know who saved that one, but absolutely insane stuff from them. But again, Shenandoah finding opportunities here in this game. This is what we wanted them to do, because it really was just St. Clair putting on so much offensive pressure that it felt like the 2-3 shots that Shenandoah was getting weren't even really good quality shots. So Jonathan get a shot here. Jay going to turn them away. Comp going to go for that touch. Not going to be able to get it. Everyone's actually going to miss that ball. Jonathan going to put it towards the net. Spoo's going to be able to get that one, though. Lucky St. Clair that they did not have more power on that one, or that would have been a goal for Shenandoah. Ball in St. Clair's end again. Shenandoah able to keep this ball consistently going, but that's going to be a goal here. Jay going to find a roller all the way from his own end, and again, this just a missed touch by Shenandoah. You know the player is coming. You have to be able to clear that or at least get it out towards the other corner, but just a bad touch, and St. Clair going to take a 1-goal lead because of that.
Yeah, you find that angle, and she just rolls in there for Jay, as that is going to be the 1-goal lead for St. Clair. Coming in 2.5 minutes into this game, so we're halfway through this game now, and St. Clair has found the lead. Shenandoah got to try to trade this back at some point here. Jonathan has been so close with finding these like 4-man scuffles in front of St. Clair's net, where you'll just see people just absolutely battling to try and save this ball, but it's actually going to be Comp coming in from above with a perfect angle there. Bounces right in. We'll see here on the replay. Comes up, bounce it off the wall, and send her straight down. That is going to bounce off the crossbar again, find its way in. That is going to be a 2-goal lead with 2 minutes left for the Saints here. That is a nice little lead to have padded up for yourself coming into the end of this game.
Yeah, I definitely think St. Clair, I mean, they'll take that free goal that Jay got, but I think both the other goals, really high quality stuff, able to find, you know, like good passing plays in order to make those happen. And I think St. Clair looked a lot better here in the second half of this game. Shenandoah was doing pretty well at the beginning of this one. Unfortunately, just haven't found a lot of good bounces. Comp again? Finding an insane angle. He finds his 2nd goal of the game. I don't know what it is about this series, but Comp has just been going absolutely crazy here.
Yeah, he finds that angle with just the tail end of his car too, right off of the spoiler there. And he is able to get that in there. Pop's actually going to get it off the kickoff. Comp actually just went wide there. I think he was waiting for almost like a pass back from Jay from their own end, but going to be Comp going high, clashing with another player there in the air. Jay going high, but he's just under the ball, not able to find an angle like that. But as long as the pressure stays on here, Saints, I think they've got this game in the bag for sure. You just got to keep this pressure and deny these goals as much as possible.
I think Shenandoah needs to find another one, an answer here very soon to try and give themselves a chance in this game. Because St. Clair, a 3-goal lead with a minute remaining is a very tall task for any team. Shenandoah not pretty familiar with how this is feeling. The last 3 games, they have been down a significant amount here going into this final portion of the game. So they got to try and find at least something back, try and find an answer here. Jay with the ball here, going to try and pass it out to Comp in the middle, knock a player away, but unfortunately Comp not going to be able to get that one in time. Isn't going to get this one off the wall though. Going to go for the flip reset, beats one, isn't able to beat the others though. Jay can be there to help him out, and St. Clair just holding the ball in this offensive zone, not allowing Shenandoah to even think about finding a goal in this last minute.
Yeah, 24 seconds left on the clock here, and this should be just about wrapped up for the Saints. Saints are going to find the 5th goal of the game, or 6th goal of the game, 5th for them in this game 4 here, and that is just going to completely close it out, I think. 17 seconds left.
I think so.
I think we can call it closed on this game here. Just not enough time to find 4 goals for yourself to bring it to overtime, unfortunately.
No, and I think St. Clair a really good job, despite the fact that they ended up losing that goal early, giving it over to Shenandoah. They were able to find goals throughout the game, and I think at many stages, Red going to find a goal for Shenandoah there, so at least they get something back at the end of this one. But again, at this point, you're down 4 goals. It is, you never know, but it is almost impossible, I think, here with 8 seconds remaining to try and find
3 goals. I actually don't think that's possible. Yeah, unless they find like 2 goals in a row off a kickoff and they're able to like keep it in the air in that last second. But it's going to go into their zone off the kickoff, which is not where you want to be there. 3 seconds left here, and that is going to be game 3 for St. Clair in this series here. Picking that up, giving themselves a 2-game lead in the series. That is a nice lead to have set up, not only in the game, like I said, but in the series as well.
And again, I mean, we look at the difference here, though, right? The shot counts every single other game were like 10-3, 11-4, 13-2, like ridiculous. This one, actually, Shenandoah had more shots than St. Clair did in this one, 8-6. So, I mean, the fact that St. Clair scoring 5 goals on 6 shots speaks to their shot quality there, obviously. But I think for Shenandoah, you can still look at this game and say, okay, yes, we didn't end up winning the game. I think St. Clair able to find, specifically Comp, 2 absolutely insane goals from crazy angles that are almost impossible to save. Other than that, I think Shenandoah actually had had a really good looking game. And I think, if Comp doesn't find those crazy shots, I think they really do have a good chance of actually, at least making this game a lot closer than it was.
Yeah, for sure. Shenandoah definitely, they found that goal in the end, which was a nice one. Unfortunately, yeah, like you don't got the time to convert that into an overtime, unfortunately. But yeah, they got to take that game where it is. They got to take what worked and just try and apply it as much as possible to this game, because this is it for them. Saints are on match point. So if Saints find this win, that is going to be them moving in to the next stage of the losers bracket.
That was a nice flip reset there by Jonathan. Couldn't find the net, but that is what Shenandoah needs to do. I think if Shenandoah can find an early advantage here, I think that is going to be their win condition for me. I think if they can find an early goal like this one, Jay not going to be able to get back to that one in time. Red going to find the first goal of the game here for Shenandoah, and that I feel like that really is something good for them. Again, they find that first goal. They need to turn that into something more here. Try and push that momentum that they've just gained. Try and move it forward in throughout the rest of this game.
Yeah, that is definitely where you want to start if you're Shenandoah here. Keep this aggression going, already sending it right back into the zone. Pop's coming in high with one, and it's Red who's going to take that rebound back from Jay there. Jonathan finding a second, so explosive from Shenandoah here in the first 38 seconds of the game.
Yeah, Spood's just a bad read there on the wall. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get that bounce, and Jonathan maybe was slided in under Jay. And 2-goal lead here for Shenandoah. I think that is what they needed so desperately, is finding early momentum, shutting down St. Clair's offense. A high-powered offense here. Spood's going to be able to turn that one away on the defensive end. Jonathan with the demo onto Jay, though. Going to be able to find the clear out. Spood's here, going to go for the touch. Not going to be able to find anything with it, though. Just going to put it into the corner.
Yeah, he sends it more so into the corner, and because of the demo from Jonathan too, you didn't really have a player set up to try and rotate to like grab that pass that he tried to set up there, and it's going to be Red with the save from Comp's shot. Comp had a nice little angle on that one, but it's Red who's going to find it. Now it's back in Saints zone, and Jay is going to be here for the save, but now there's two players from Shenandoah in front of this net here, but all three Saints are able to regroup in time.
Shenandoah is looking like a completely different team here in this game number 5. You see them striking at all angles, going for solo plays, going for good passing plays. And St. Clair, I feel like, is just kind of caught off guard. They're playing on the back foot here. In the beginning of this one, Jonathan going to get it by one here, going to go for the angle, going to fight it, but Spood's going to turn away. The second tap doesn't go in, though. Jonathan, amazing solo play there. Just Spood's able to find a key save, able to stop him there. Shot on net. Red going to read him like a book and going to be able to find his second goal of this game. And Shenandoah starting off hot here in game number 5, and they needed it in this series.
Shenandoah is not done with this series just yet. They're finding the 3-0 lead here with 3 minutes left in the game here, 2 minutes into it. Shenandoah, Jonathan already taking another one high, trying to find something here, but it's Pops who is going to be able to take it back out. Spoods, he's there for the save, as Jay is going to send it high to Comp. Nice little passing play here, but it's Pops who's going to intercept it, bringing it back into the zone. Jonathan just a little wide on that ball. Jay dribbling it out through the mid here, and it's actually Red who's going to be set up for the save there. Red has been big on these saves this game. Typically, we had seen Jonathan kind of in more of that goalie role, but it's Red this time, not only with the goals, but with the saves as well. Comp gonna find his own assist from Jay there, and assist from Spoods, it seems. Oh no, Jay there knocks it into the middle, and Comp set up perfectly. Red not able to rotate in time, and that is gonna be Saints clawing back into this game.
Really key they found a goal here. Shenandoah was definitely piling on the pressure. St. Clair able to find a goal for themselves here and trying to get something back. Spoods with a chance here. Going to go off the top shelf. Going to be turned away there. Comp going to read that one though. Is going to be able to pick up that rebound. Going to try and go off the corner. Beats one. Doesn't beat the second though. Pops will come across and save that one. But Shenandoah looking so good in this game. Have really found their footing here and a really back and forth affair. I think the last 3 games have been really St. Clair favorite in a lot of aspects, but I think in this one, Shenandoah is finding not only opportunities on the offense, but really has shown how good their defensive game can be as well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I think that's something that they really have shown in this game. And definitely just adjusted because, yeah, like I had said earlier, we were typically just seeing Jonathan a lot on, like, both sides of the ball, both offense and defense for Shenandoah.
Oh.
Close one there by Spoods, but it's Pops who's going to send it high for the save. Comp is set up here in mid.
Oh, he's got no
just
boost.
barely missed it on the flip there.
Yeah, if he had boost there, that was definitely a goal for St. Clair. Unfortunately, did not. Spoods have the ball in front of the net. Just a nice little tap. Is going to find the goal for St. Clair. A minute and 14 remaining. St. Clair going to be within one. And Spoods, look at how just a nice little tap touch there. Just going to get it by the goalie. And it's all you really need there. Just a little bit of finesse. But St. Clair bringing us within one goal here and pulling back what seemed like kind of a doom game at the beginning of this one.
Yeah, Shenandoah started so aggressive in this game, but sometimes it's not aggression that you need, but just a little bit of slow-paced gameplay, as we saw from Spoods there, who's able to just barely tap it into the net quickly. Sometimes you just got to send that ball in slow because that defender is going to be coming in on full boost to try and dodge this shot, try and block this shot. And if you just send that in slow, oftentimes they will just fly right by it, as we saw there.
40 seconds remaining here. St. Clair down a goal. Has an opportunity to transition into an overtime. A double commit here on the wall. Doesn't get anything out of it, though. Just trying to pop it up past these players. Shenandoah going to get a shot towards the net here. Not going to get tipped, though. Nice job by Jay reading that one. Going to put it in the corner. Comp trying to answer this one. Isn't going to be able to get it, though. Jay going to be there to stop it. Shot on net. Red going to turn him away. 22 seconds. St. Clair starting to put some pressure on. Shot towards the net here. Pop's going to get an answer. No, actually not going to get any kind of contact on it. Red will, though. Red be able to clear it out to midfield. Comp going to be here full boost trying to answer, but Red going to be on top of that one as well. Spoods in front of his own net here. Going to have to get it past one. Finds it past one. Just going to be one goalie left. Can he get it by here? No. Jonathan going to be able to stop that one. St. Clair, you have to keep it up here. Keep this game going. No. Shenandoah going to turn them away and will take game number 5.
Yeah, Saints almost mounting the comeback there, but it's these slight adjustments from Shenandoah and a very just on fire game from Red there to be able to bring this back for Shenandoah, keep them in the series here, making it 3-2. They're aiming for this next game. They're aiming to make it a match point overtime situation for both teams here.
Yeah, I think for me, really good job from them, able to find that, that crunch time. They did give up a goal there, but a lot of time, especially in that last minute, was spent on their own defensive end. They're able to make those clutch saves, and I think that's going to bode well for them. Now a 3-2 series. Definitely for me, I felt like this game helped them get back in the series more so because you got that early momentum going, and I think it kind of shut down St. Clair's drive because you saw every single game in the series so far, St. Clair had just found early momentum, goal, piled on the goals, and Shenandoah didn't really have an answer. Here, and it's probably the last 2 games, Shenandoah found early goals, and it really has helped them a lot because I feel like St. Clair kind of stumbles if they get scored on early on in the game.
Yeah, it's almost like they don't really know how to adjust, and we didn't really see the adjustments until when it was too late in that game. We didn't see those adjustments until around 2:30, halfway through the game. That is not where you want to be at. You got to be making those adjustments on the fly. You got to be trading back those goals quickly because when Shenandoah gets up a lead like that, they're able to keep it for sure. Pops coming in with a demo onto Spoods. It's going to be Comp just sending it high, stalling the time for Spoods to respawn here.
20 seconds gone here early on in this game. Shot on net. Comp we turned away by 3 players from Shenandoah there, all committing to that save. Comp going to pass towards the middle here. Spoods going to be here. Not going to be able to get it on net though. Pops flying out of nowhere. Going to stop him on that one, but Comp, another try, but Red going to be able to be there for that save, and really good saves here early on for the side of Shenandoah, able to stop St. Clair's aggressive offense, and it's so key for them in this series. Jay, going up for the 50, is going to win that one, going to put it into the Shenandoah corner. Pop's going to be here to answer. Going to put it up to Spoods. Spoods with this ball, going to get it by Pops, but Jonathan going to be here in the corner as well, going to be able to get that clear out through the middle. Has an opportunity here, has some boost. We turned away. No goals here early on. I think this is the first time we've gone a minute into this game without any team scoring a goal. And just like that, Jay is going to put one in. That is going to be St. Clair finding the first goal of this series. A good 50-50 by Comp is going to provide that opportunity for him. Just going to beat out the goalie there, unfortunately. Don't think he had any boost to try and save that one. And St. Clair, early goal here in number 6.
Yeah, St. Clair not trying to let it happen where they they, like you said, they lose that momentum and they really just fall apart when that first goal is scored on them. However, we've seen just how far they can take it when they do get this early lead and they start feeling themselves in this game.
Yeah, I do want to see Shenandoah try and shore up
Another
that
one.
defense. Comp gonna find a goal there, and just a little bit of miscommunication there on the defensive end. Unfortunately, both players double committing for that save, and does mean neither of them able to get to it. Comp able to find a goal here for St. Clair, and too early on, not boding well for Shenandoah's hopes here in the series.
Yeah, it's definitely tough here for Shenandoah as a minute 30 into the game, Saints are finding themselves with a 2-goal lead. The last time we saw this, they ended up taking it to a 5-goal lead there. So definitely something that Shenandoah wants to stop from happening again, but the Saints are looking to try and make it happen again as it's Spoods coming in from high, but it's going to just be sent back to the middle, and there's no teammate there to bop it back into the net. Pass coming back up to Comp. Comp finding a little reset, but it's just going to end with him in the corner with the 3 Shenandoah members battling for this ball.
Brad going to push this one up forward. Going to be answered there by Jay. Pass it to his teammate Comp there. Pop's going to be here for the answer. Going to go for this touch. Is going to be able to get it. No, off the post. Can't put it in the net. Shot coming through. Comp going to be there to answer it. And St. Clair saved by the post. Saved by Comp. Absolutely crucial here. Comp again. Going to save that one. Comp on the defensive end. Locking it down for St. Clair. Ain't nothing getting by that guy. Pop shot on net here. Jay with a save. Shenandoah finding offensive chance after offensive chance, but they can't put it in. Pops on the other end going to save the ball. Back and forth action here in game number 6, halfway through, but no goal scored for either side.
Super tight saves from both team here. We saw 2 of the saves from Comp there. We saw the save from Jay, and then Pops as well coming in very last second to stop that ball from going in. Definitely something you want to see in this game. It just shows really how close these players are in skill level almost. Like, it's very close, constantly passing it back and forth. It's going to be Spood sending it back out to Jay. But it's Red with the contestation.
I feel like this has definitely been one of the most competitive game of the series. I feel like despite the fact that St. Clair found a couple early chances, a couple early goals from mistakes from the side of Shenandoah, after that it's just been chances back and forth of both teams, and they're going to take that one. Shenandoah going to get one from their own half. Jonathan going to take advantage of an empty net there for St. Clair. Comp, just an unfortunate touch there on the sidewall. Does mean Shenandoah going to find that goal and an answer and a lifeline for Shenandoah in this series.
Yeah, that was the revenge for Jay's shot where he just like rolled it down the middle there. As, yeah, that's going to keep them in this game for sure. A minute 30 left with only a 1-goal lead on the Saints. This is not as locked in for the Saints as they may have thought about 15 seconds ago. Now they're going to have to try and make something happen here. They want to make it a 2-goal lead again before they call this game done.
Oh, Spoods here going to go for the shot. Not going to be able to put it in. Jay's shot off the crossbar. Not able to put that one in. Comp with the chance here. Doesn't get the boost. Gets the flip there. Oh, Pops. Right place, right time on the ground. Is going to be able to save that one in front. St. Clair finding a couple more of their own opportunities here, but not able to put it in the net. And it's been a funny game for me because I feel like the really good opportunities that both teams have had just amazing saves, and then the goals that have been scored have kind of just been rollers from the other side of the field. Shot on net. Jonathan going to get there to save it again. Good chance for St. Clair, but an amazing save from Shenandoah. 2-1 series here. Shenandoah needs to find an answer here or the NACE playoffs is done.
Yeah, 30 seconds left. They got to find this goal here. Try to take it to overtime to stay in NACE playoffs here. Spoods, though, trying to deny it as he's just going to take this ball all the way straight to their zone. Red is there on the rotation. Jonathan coming in a little later, and it's going to be passed off to Jay here. As Jonathan going to contest it there. 10 seconds left on the clock here, and it's ticking down. Oh. Jonathan trying to find something, but it bounces out of the corner, and this should be the game locked down for Saints.
Oh, pass over, though. There's a chance. Ball still up in the air here. Spood's going to slam it down, and that is going to be it. St. Clair take game number 6 and will take the series and move on to play Kent State in just after this one. But a really good series. for me, that game number 6 was by far the most competitive for both of these teams.
Yeah,
And,
for sure.
Like, some amazing saves on both ends of the field. Calm specifically made 2 back-to-back unbelievable ones. Jonathan made a crazy one as well. I think both these teams, I feel like they saved all that good competitive juice for game number 6. The first 5 games of the series, pretty dry. Like, you had a couple good chances here and there, but game number 6, it was just like they both found that fire, and they really turned it into a really competitive game. St. Clair able to clutch it up, though, able to find that 2-1 victory.
Yeah, you could even tell just from the shots counter there on the scoreboard. I mean, Saints had, I believe, 11, and then Shenandoah was sitting there with 8. So that's probably the closest like shot disparity that we've seen in this entire series. And yeah, when you're coming off of a 2-1 game like that, super close, crazy saves from both sides. Both Red and Jonathan were just on these like crazy rotations coming in last second. We saw Comp do it twice in a row, which was crazy. That one was it's funny too, because in Rocket League sometimes saves are just as hype as goals.
It's true. They if you come across from out of nowhere, you're able to save it from off screen, it's crazy. But I think, to me, again, I want to say the funniest thing about that game, the goals that were scored, Jay had a nice one at the beginning of that game, but the other 2 really were literally just people making mistakes, just bad touches, and the ball rolling in from their own half.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show, like, you can have a great offensive game, but if you're making defensive mistakes, it can cost you an entire series. And in this case, unfortunately for Shenandoah, it did. But regardless, St. Clair going to take this series in 4-2 fashion. We'll move on to Kent State. I don't know how soon that series will be happening. 5 minutes. So you're going to get a little bit of a break here. We will be back very, very soon. You don't want to miss Kent State, the number 2 seed St. Clair. A long road ahead of them here. Another best 7 series. Hopefully we can see them take the victory there. But don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just 5 minutes with that series.